Greetings, traveler.
All right, let's get started. So once again, if you would like to participate, use !drafts, or just click the link of anyone that has popped or prompted that command before you. If it doesn't load immediately, don't refresh, just wait for a moment. A lot of the time the program needs to, whatever, buffer or catch up. If you refresh, you will just delay it and it will make it so that you can, you will be able to vote slower. So yeah, when you see chat just going Monka H, that just means you don't have to do anything, just wait for a moment. If it takes too long, I will reset it myself. Okay, looks like we're good. Let's get started. How do you get those Monka emotes to work? Install, I think it's both Better Twitch TV and Franker Z, whatever it is. There's two services we use for additional emotes. All right, 120 votes for the Haunted Creeper. I will say that we have drafted a couple Warlocks together now, and the Haunted Creeper is absolutely my favorite. It interacts extremely well with the Evil Genius, which is pretty much, yeah. This is the point, right? Like, yeah, I influenced the draft a little bit, but in order for me to properly teach you guys, right? Like, Evil Genius is pretty much an always pick, so then Haunted Creeper is really good with that, right? So that's why I said, if people want like a pure chat draft experience, that's not what we're doing here. Shady, it seems when you wait too long, yeah, it is true. It is true. Sometimes, is that true, Ransu? Because that's amazing if it is. All right. Sometimes the, what was I going to say? Damn, I forgot what I was going to say. Probably was not so important then. All right. So while I wouldn't mind another Haunted Creeper, Flame Imp is a real, really good addition. So yes, I like the Flame Imp. Good job so far. Oh my god. We could have actually had 3 creepers. That would have been so funny. But yes, another Haunted Creeper. Why not Twisting Nether? Ultra good removal. I would rather be the guy that they have to nether than to be the guy that has to nether. Because even if you nether, you're still behind on board. There are certain decks there where nether makes sense, but most decks, not so much. Piger Porkus, thank you for the 9 months in a row. Welcome back. Thank you for supporting. But if it makes sense, if you have a good early game and you push on the board, the chance that you're going to need Nether is much lower than when you pick cards like Nether and then miss your curve. And then it's always, I always compare it to a self-fulfilling prophecy where if you pick a lot of cards that are reactive and they don't help you curve, guess what? You're probably going to miss your curve and you're probably going to need those cards. So it's this feedback, it's this positive feedback loop where because you draft those cards, you need them and you think they're good. That doesn't mean that there aren't decks where Nether is good, but generally speaking in Arena, it is much, much better for you to work on your curve and not needing the reactive cards rather than picking the reactive cards, missing your curve, and then using that. Okay. Wolf Rider. I think the Bluegill is a little better because 2 mana deal 2 scales a bit better than 3 mana deal 3 for me. That being said, I don't think, it's not even close. So maybe I'm missing something? I don't know. Everyone wants the Wolf Rider. Am I missing something? Or is it because deal 1 extra damage? Good card. Anyways, I think it's okay. It's not terrible, but I just think that the flexibility of the Bluegill is a bit better than Wolf Rider. Like turn 4, I can play Bluegill and a 2-drop. Wolf Rider, I need to wait until turn 5, right? 1 extra damage, Smirk. How could I overlook that? You're totally right, chat. This does deal 1 more damage. There we go. Ha. I'm actually legit curious what you're going to pick here, because yeah, I'm not going to say anything, otherwise I affect it too much, right? 3 seems like a much more common number. Can clear a 2-3, a 3-3, or 4-3. Yeah, but you don't want to throw a Wolf Rider into a 2-3. Oh, sorry. I can't click somewhere else. It's still close-ish, so I'll let it run for a little bit, although 20 votes seems like a pretty big gap to bridge. Shady has conditioned chat to not take the bet. Yeah, I feel like sometimes I go off too hard on certain cards because it's all situational. So I think here it's fine to pick the Ritual, but I might have picked Duskbat. Just because we have an early Flame Imp and we might get other cards for it. But it could be wrong. And I actually wanted to... Actually, on my own, I would probably pick the Ritual to playtest it. But I'm not sure how good it is right now. So I would say that it's entirely possible that the Ritual is just better than the Bat. But because we have the early Flame Imp, I'm considering the utility of the Duskbat. But I don't know, actually. It's actually a good pick. Yeah, I actually don't know it. So it's good that we picked the Ritual for testing. Is it never the Doctor? No, I don't want big minions. I want some big minions. 7 mana 6/6 guys that deal 3 damage to everything. They're pretty good. Sometimes Shovel Fist is pretty good as well. But I'm pretty selective on my big guys. 6 mana 6/6s that deal 1 damage to the board are also pretty good. But yeah, I'm very, very, very selective about my big boys. All right, so the Grookfu is winning, and I will pick it before we're forced into a Felguard. But so Felguard is a card you pick more in a slower Warlock, where you pick it because you might in the late game want a taunt. I think that's basically almost the only redeeming factor for Felguard, because you don't play Felguard on curve, and you preferably don't even play Felguard on turn 5. Destroying your own crystal should be for something like Blast Crystal, a big swing. Playing a Sen'jin for 1 mana less is not a big swing, not at all. Yeah, Void Callers, right? If you have lots of Void Callers, like 2 or 3 Void Callers, Felguard gets a lot better as well. But it's a card you don't want to play. Whereas Grookfu might be bad, but sometimes you just need something to dump your mana on. And in Zoo, you need to do that sometimes. You don't really want to tap much in Zoo, you just want to vomit your hand onto the board. And it does look like we have a very good Zoo opener right now. So it's good for us to keep drafting in that fashion. So I think Grookfu is fine. It's just you vomit your cards onto the board and you can afford to play this. So it's not bad. 45 minutes draft? Probably a little faster than that, but half an hour is to be expected for these chat drafts, Chillin' Fox. Is Zoo the only viable Warlock deck? Not really, but I think it's the best one right now. And it's not like it's pure Zoo, but Evil Genius is a very, very good card, and you pretty much want to always pick it. So if you have at least a Zoo-y component to your deck, Evil Genius becomes a lot better. That doesn't mean you don't want any big cards, but you want to be a little bit more selective with your 3-drops. 3-drops. Subconsciously thinking about the hired gun with your big drops. You don't like Hellfires in this meta? Well, we just talked about Zoo, right? So I don't really want clears. Maybe one Shadow Flame or something. I think Soulfire is fine. It's always something that I'm willing to test. I never know exactly where to rate this. Maybe... I think everything there was viable. A 2-drop, a 3-drop, a Soulfire. It's all viable. So I can't give you guys too strong an opinion on that. This is actually really interesting. So I never pick Ravencaller, but it's one of those cards where I'm always a little curious. Oblivitron, thank you so much for the 100 bits. You're a great arena coach. My pleasure, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, just keep doing so. So Ravencaller is a 3-mana 2/1. That alone makes me not want to pick it. But at the same time, I'm willing to give it a go. Maybe it's worth it. I probably would have picked a 3-mana 3/3 here and just said, well, it sucks, but you know, at least it's not a 3-mana 2/1. But at the same time, I wouldn't really be happy about it. So there's a couple of these picks when we do chat drafts that I'm like, oh, you know, why not? You know, like the Ravencaller is a good example of a card that it might end up being okay. And I wouldn't have picked it without you guys. Life Drinker. Yeah, now that I think about it, a lot of the recent picks have been a little bit just off, right? Not interesting, just off. Oh yeah, Ursatron. Ursatron was surprisingly okay because we had one Psychotron. Yes, Witchwood Imp, definitely. Peasant is not the worst, but Imp gives you more tempo, and it's a great Evil Genius target, so I agree. Whew! Alright, chat. Take your time. Think about it. Look at the ups and downsides and shit. Alright, looks like we need to Monka H for a little bit, which is very appropriate. The system's giving you a bit more time to think. So if it's not working for you right now, do not hit refresh. Just chill. It's gonna reset any moment now, and then you'll be able to vote. So once again, don't refresh, just chill. We'll be fine. Close-ish, which is to be expected of this pick. But for me, it is a clear Onyxia. While picking a 9-mana card is a little slow in Zoo, it does pretty much everything you want. Llama Lover, thank you for the 3 months. Loving a new chat draft. Glad you enjoy it. Welcome back. What Onyxia does, and that's something that other big boys, or big girls in this case, don't do, is it protects itself from the Shovel Fist. Because of Onyxia, you spawn the 1/1, so if they Shovel Fist her, you just trade the 1/1 back in and you still have a board. Whereas a lot of the other big minions, if they get hit with the Shovel Fist, it's just purely bad for you. So she's a big minion that's actually quite decent right now. And Jaraxxus is just a slow control tool that has specific use in decks that, you know, where you want to heal or late game you want to set up control. It's tough to set up Jaraxxus. A lot of the time you will play Jaraxxus and die within 2 turns. Because Jaraxxus sounds nice, but in essence you're paying 9 mana to put your health at 15. And you get a weapon swing, but you don't really want to take damage. So that's sort of the downside of Jaraxxus. You're essentially giving your opponent an additional turn. So the game needs to be in a very, very slow state for Jaraxxus to be good. And that rarely happens. So for me, it's therefore a clear Onyxia. Would you pick Yasharaj over Jaraxxus? I probably would, yeah. I think still, you know, putting your health on 15 and skipping the turn. It's good if you're on 1 health, of course. But a lot of the time, you're just going to set yourself up for a 2-turn lethal. Alright, lots of Tangle Furs. I don't mind it. I think Bartender would also be fine. But Spider Tanks are pretty rare right now. We don't have a grade 3 yet, so yep, let's do it. Yeah, Jaraxxus versus Priest is extremely good, but versus anything that pressures you, it's pretty annoying. If you have Twisting Nether Jaraxxus, it's GG. Yeah, but you can see how you're setting yourself up for a very specific scenario, and if that doesn't happen, you have 2 awkward cards in your hand. All right, Mortal Coil. Mortal Coil, once again, is a card that I usually don't rate too high, but I can't tell you that it's a bad card. So it's again, a preference thing. That being said, a second Soulfire would probably not be correct here. So I think I would also pick the Coil here. It's a bit early for 2 Soulfires, and this is a little less all-in, if you will. I don't know. I could see doubles, like it could be fun to try, right? But now that we've picked up Onyxia, I would say Soulfire got a lot worse because you don't want to be in a position where you've drawn your Onyxia and you can't cast Soulfire until you've played her. So this specific interaction makes me really not want a second Soulfire right now. It's something you might not think of, right? When you're looking at the curve, you're like, why would Onyxia be bad for Soulfire? Well, lots of 1/1s to coil. Well, the funny thing is that you actually don't want to coil 1/1s. You want to coil 5/1s and 6/1s and stuff. So usually you'll just hold the coil until you really need it. Okay. I think the Soldier is fine. I wouldn't hate a Pixie. I wouldn't hate a Bartender, but we just saw that playing 4 mana 5/6s is a good thing. So, yep. Don't mind it. This is a pretty underwhelming pack, but we do have Soulfire and Coil, so I do think there's more utility in this guy indeed. These cards, a couple of bad cards, but definitely a couple of really good cards as well, so I don't mind it too much. Yes, Evil Genius, we'll just get this over with. This card is absolutely insane. And we have an incredibly good infrastructure to support it right now, so it's really nice. I like the Voidwalker here. Yep. It's pretty annoying in a lot of cases. Blocks out lackeys and all that. Maybe it's food for our Evil Genius. Well, Zoo doesn't necessarily need single target removal, Lil Bird, because your board is the removal. Because you're ahead on the board, you get to just keep pushing. So I'm not concerned about it. And Warlock can just keep trading because it just taps, right? So single target removal is definitely not a must for Zoo. Yeah, looks like it was a little behind, but it works now. Yes, absolutely the Blowgill Sniper. Absolutely. It's perfect for our deck. We talked about it earlier in Rogue. Rogue is a ping class, so it's less good there, but Warlock is not a ping class, can definitely utilize that. It's also a body you don't hate eating with the Evil Genius. Maybe we'll pick up a Dark Iron Dwarf or an Abusive Sergeant, we can buff it. Why not Portal Keeper? It's a 4-mana 5/2. 4-mana 5/2s are not good. Yes, it shuffles portals in your deck, but you might not even see a portal before the game ends, so... I generally speaking hate sacrificing power now to gain a potential power spike later. The reason why, because you might say, well, what about the 4-mana 4/4 that shuffles 4/4s in your deck? That one is pretty good, but that's because pulling a 4/4 is really strong, and playing a 4-mana 4/4 does not set you behind nearly as much as playing a 4-mana 5/2. So it's all about what you're giving up in return for what you're getting, and that's not worth the deal. Dread Infernal. Arc Portal is good in Warlock. They're less bad, but that doesn't mean they're good. Isn't Dread Infernal somewhat counterintuitive? I feel Dread Infernal is great for us because yes, you're kind of on the board and you have 1/1s, but you control when you play it and you control whether you trade first. So you'd be surprised at how often it's just smooth to have an Infernal because you just trade your tokens away first and then kill off whatever they have left. So I definitely like the Dread Infernal here, absolutely. It's a good minion to push with. Yeah, sometimes you get debated by the fact that, hey, I'm a Warlock, hey, I can tap. Surely the portal thing is better here. And you're right, it's better. But better than terrible is still bad, right? So don't get baited by that. All right, I would say that the Hench Clan Hogsteed is indeed the best card here. I wouldn't hate picking a Reporter or a Soldier of Fortune, though. But I can't tell you it's wrong. I will tell you that I do want a couple more mid-range bodies before this is over, but we might get it cheaper later on. And the more Evil Genius we pull, the less 4-drops we're going to need, because we can just play them on turn 4. But we do need a couple things that survive AoE. Right now we have Soldier of Fortune, Grookfu, and Infernal. Even if you're a Zoo, you need a couple cards to play into Flame Strike and Abyssal and stuff. So keep that in mind. It can't all be low-cost minions. But Hogsteed's a really good card, so I don't hate it right now, but just keep in mind that we're on the lookout for a couple of... Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. All right. The draft always does this for me, man. And it might come as a surprise, but we talked about it earlier. You do not need hard removal in Zoo. You need bodies to push with and kill people off with. So I could have picked the Infernal because it was leading for a little bit, but I wanted to be fair, and I do think that the Blast Crystal is indeed the card most people want. So I wanted to let it happen, right? So when you look at this deck, what we currently lack, which I literally was just talking about, right? We need a thing to actually kill them with. So how do we kill big taunts? By having the board and trading into it. Like, honestly, Infernal, a lot of the time, is how you kill the big taunt. You have an Infernal on the board, They play a Bog Reaper, you trade the Infernal in and something else. Is it better to Blast Crystal specifically a Bog Reaper on turn 7 when you have this in your hand? Yes, but it is reactive. So it means that a lot of the time you're going to draw the Blast Crystal Potion and it's going to make it a little bit more awkward for you to curve out. That doesn't mean that it's a bad card. Absolutely not, right? If we land one potion in our draft with a proper curve, yes, that's good. But first we get the proper curve, then we get the potion, right? So, you know, this is not a terrible pick. Not at all. Not at all. But I'm more concerned about not having things to... Like, this is my concern. If we are playing against slightly slower decks, other Warlocks, Mages, Priests, right? The moment we get hit with a Dragonfire, a Flame Strike, Blizzard, this deck gets very Monka-esque. Because what do we have? Right? What can we play into those things? Almost nothing. So if you have a couple of Infernals at the end, it gets much easier to kill those decks. Versus those decks Blast Crystal, if they don't exactly play the big taunt, it doesn't really do much. So it's just going to sit in the hand. So I would say for me, very easy. Well, you know, maybe not very easy, but just experience has taught me that the Infernal, Infernal performs better for me. And once again, that's just the way how I play. That's the way how I draft, right? I don't want to tell anyone that that's the way how you should pick. The potion later might be instant abyssal. Well, if I get 0 potions, I'm okay with it. That's the baseline. I'm okay with 0 potions. I'm not okay with the curve not being good. Because if you're... Well, okay, let's move on. Yes, guys, more evil genius, more better. If you are a... if you're a Warlock deck that has 0 hard removal, but a perfect curve, you will still steamroll people. Also, we have lackeys, right? A lot of the time when they play a big taunt, you just get like a rush lackey, or you get the damage lackey, or you get the spell lackey, find a way to get rid of it. I mean, we'll pick the Racketeer, obviously. I'm just checking, do I want it? I think because of the potential for the evolution lackey, it is indeed better. Without the evil genius, I might be tempted to pick the 5-mana card right now. But I think because we have double evil genius and we can get the evolve on big time Racketeer, it's good. I don't get it. Are we Zoo or a good curve deck? Well, that is Zoo. Zoo is a good. So whenever you have constructed archetypes, they never translate literally to that in Arena. So while you might have an idea of a constructed Zoo deck, you say, well, constructed Zoo, you know, curves out at 3 or whatever. I don't know what they do these days, right? But that doesn't happen in Arena because you will get inefficient picks in Arena, right? You'll be stuck with, you know, a Spell Shifter, a Ravencaller, a Wolf Rider, you know, whatever, a Grookfu Master. So you will not have that balls to the walls, let's just curve out and kill them on turn 7 kind of Zoo. So you need a little bit of big guys to allow your deck to not run out of steam. So even though you're drafting a Zoo deck, you still need some 5s, you still need some 6s, right? Anyways, I do like the Racketeer because the Evolve Lackey interaction, they're pretty sweet. That's why my Secret Paladin hasn't been working in Arena. Yeah, I mean, and it's something I don't think of sometimes. It's when people say archetypes, they truly mean the constructed archetype, and an Arena archetype and a constructed archetype still look quite different. Yes, Prophet, I like it. Same argument, right? We could get the Evolve Lackey. It's very nice then. Pixel Bob, yes. There's a lot of talking here, lots of explaining, but we did talk about that earlier. All right. I prefer the Cable Rat. Now, that might come as a surprise, but Swift Messenger isn't a great Zoo card. It's more of a reactive card. And the more reactive cards we stack, the harder it becomes to spend our mana productively. We have double Evil Genius, and lackeys sort of get better the more you have of them. Because the weakness, well, if lackeys have a weakness, is you get the wrong one and it's not useful for a while. Because at some point, every single lackey is going to be good. So if you have lots of lackeys, you have the right lackey for the right time. You might be stuck with the evolve one early and you don't have your prophet or your racketeer. But if you have 3 or 4 lackeys in your hand, the chance is really high that you're going to have the right lackey for the right stage of the game, and then have the you'll be able to keep the other one. So I sort of like lackeys. The more you have of them, the better they become. Also, Cable Rat is a pretty good turn 4 for the Evil Genius. Turn 4, you can play the Evil Cable Rat and then eat it with the Genius simultaneously, and you get 3 lackeys in your hand for 4 mana, and you get a 2/2 on the board. So all those reasons combined make me want the Rat more. Also, there's an argument that people say you'd only have 1 4-drop. It's not a 4-drop, right? Because if it's in your opening hand, it's likely going to be a 6/2, and you don't really want to do that. If you are lucky and it's a 2/6 rush, it could be good on turn 4, but there's no guarantee. We'll still pick it, of course, right? As we as we do every time in the chat draft. But there's been a couple picks, right? Been a bit off. But you're doing well, right, guys? Don't worry about it. You're doing well. I would say that this has been a very fun experiment. And it really also gives me a little bit of an idea on what I should work on when I'm explaining things. Because some things are less obvious than others. And if you've been playing for as long as I have, then sometimes you forget about the things that aren't obvious straight away. Yeah, that is true. And once again, this is how I draft. That doesn't mean that the way how I draft is the way. But it is usually better to have a style to your draft and then to not deviate too much from that in a single draft. That doesn't mean you have to draft every single deck in the same style, but a deck that is clearly drafted in the same style is usually going to perform better than, let's say Collins and I are playing together and I pick one card, he picks one card, but we don't talk to each other. I would say we've played so much together that we kind of know what we want, so we can sort of draft the right deck together. But usually it's much better to stay in the same style for the draft. I think the Magi is fine. I wouldn't hate the Fiendish Circle. I'm not really looking at this scheme just because it takes a bit longer to go off. I'm looking at what we have for the Circle. We have double Evil Genius to potentially eat the 1/1s. I think it's okay to pick the Magi. We already have the Ritual. I think it's fine. It's a thing to spend our mana on turn 4. Not great, but we'll take it. But I'm definitely considering the Circle. Ho 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 ho. Alright, well, let's move on. It exists! I think we haven't seen this for 4 drafts or so, right? Maybe even 5 drafts, I don't know. It's been a while. Voted for the Magi to beat the scheme. Yeah, at some point you at some point you do say, okay, fuck it. Even though I want the other card, I'm never gonna get there. All right, yes, Reporter is perfect for our deck. I wouldn't even hate the Mount Seller just because of that 8 health. But now with the Abyssal pickup, we're a little less stressed for the late game. I think it's looking pretty good. But yeah, absolutely Reporter. I do think that Mount Seller is good, Ransu. Yes. Because it has good stats and the effect is very relevant. Yes, the egg, absolutely. We have double Evil Genius and an Abyssal. Those are 2 or 3 very good cards to combo with the egg. Not to mention, we could get a Rush Lackey to use on the egg as well. So those are all some really, really nice things to do. Can anyone explain to me why Abyssal is playable in Zoo? Because dealing 3 to the entire board and then leaving a 6/6 body behind is absolutely broken. So let's say your opponent plays a single Budapest Ogre and your board is Ogre Magi. You trade your Ogre Magi, you play Abyssal, it's insane. Let's say he has 2 things on the board and you have 3 things on the board. As long as one of your things has 4 health, you can still trade, set up something where the numbers make sense, play the Abyssal, one of you guys survives. It's just, the card does way too much for one card. It's absolutely insane. Super strong. How do I vote? Use exclamation mark drafts. But we're nearly done. We're nearly done. Potion vendor. I think it's okay. Our deck doesn't have too many mid-rangey bodies. It's a decent thing to eat with the genius. I'm not sure if I wanted a Snapjaw over Potion vendor. I don't want a second Grookfu. Do I? I have 1/5. Wow, it could have been a double Grookfu Warlock. I would be tempted to try that out. Double Grookfu and see how much I hate it. Or I'm so like, oh my god. Because I think Grookfu is actually playable as long as you have a good enough early curve. It just sucks because people trade into it. But if you have such a good early game, they won't be on the board and they can't trade. So I think on my own, I actually may have picked a Grookfu with only 1 5-drop right now. But I do think that the Potion Vendor is definitely the more conventional pick. So I definitely don't hate it. Okay. It'll be a cold, dark day before I pick 2 Grookfus. I think in a deck with this kind of early game, it's kind of okay. All right, guys. Yes, Crystal Weaver. And Crystal Weaver is one of the picks why I consider the 4 Imps over the Magi. Because this is a pretty sick interaction. You can coin the Imps into Crystal Weaver. That's quite strong. So I think in the end we would have preferred that over the Magi, but we could have as well not seen this pick, and then it's kind of the same. So we do have a Coil and a Soulfire, so the Magi is definitely not without any upside either. I like the deck. Good job, chat. All right, I will very, very quickly BRB.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
Not bad. Check friend list. Oh, another friend. Damn. Is that EU? You could add me. Here's the thing if you want to add me. Or if you want to add Twitch chat. This deck has potential? Yeah, absolutely. I like the deck a lot. Oh my god. You can't see it? Oh. Where am I putting it? Oh. I can just move this for a bit, right? Can you see it, guys? You can always go back to the VOD, right? I'm free Velocity. Thank you for the 3 months. Welcome back. Friends with Twitch chat. Feels okay, man.
Do you need a blessing?
Not more health on the egg. No.
Gadgets and Gazette?
I think we're facing an opponent with slightly less experience than the mighty Twitch chat. And again, all your experience combined is pretty amazing. So I don't think we have many opponents that have more experience than you guys combined. What is his opinion on the current deck? It's strong. It's quite strong. Why trade the 3/4 into the 2/1? Well, two reasons. First of all, if the reporter survives, it's much better than the 3/4. And it also means that if we need to trade again next turn, this has more value. Let's say he plays a Yeti. This thing doesn't survive a trade in a Yeti anyways. I think we just go full board here, right? Have idea on the legend friend you have? Yeah, but I mean it's rank 10,000 cost me. Come on, man. That's like it's rank 1, right? Yes, the only legend though. That's like the lazy legend, right? Unless you just go legend and then you're out. Made so many friends. Feels good, man. Alright, guys. If we're gonna do that, I'm gonna remove everyone, right? So let's not do that. Alright, I'll just remove you. So this is the last. That was the last message. Yeah, like people always need to ruin a good thing, right? So from here on out, I'll just remove the one. Like if you want to talk in the chat, right? The reason I add you guys is it's fun, and then, you know, if I have to BRB, I can spectate you, right? So there's definitely some perks to it, but if we start spamming, then I will just remove, right? Okay, anyways. So we are coming up on the Flame Strike turn if we give him a coin. So we should consider... let's see. If I Wolf Rider into the 5/2 an egg, where does that leave me? Trade. He then needs to both trade into the Reporter and trade into the egg, right? Okay, I think it's good. Can put him to 6. Yeah, but I think that we got good enough control of the board that we should go on with this. This is Europe. This is Europe. Is there a delay? No, there's no delay. I mean, yes, there's heaps of delay. This account is unsnipeable.
We have many secrets.
Man, I really want to abyssal him. How much do we assume it's not mirror entity, guys? I think I'm gonna do it. You think not? Okay, maybe not.
I want answers.
What? You fucking imp. I didn't realize that was gonna happen. Okay. It's still fine. We just go face. Ah, that stupid imp. Okay. That's actually funny. I didn't know that would work that way. The imp did warn us. Yeah, that is true. We did not heed the imp's warning. I was like, what? Oh. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no. What did the imp say? No, 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 no. That's pretty much what happened, guys. Oh, that's it.
Total corruption.
All right, this gets buffed. I knew that. Bad card.
That's not a valid card.
Bad card. Can't go face. Smork. Bug. That's another one of those what the fuck moments for the Smork face, right? Like, what the fuck? What's the purpose of a minion if it can't go face? What the hell? No, stop it. Stop it. All right, now trade your 6/4 into my 5/4 because you have to, not because it's a bad play or anything. Oh, okay.
Time runs out on me.
No, no, no.
We have many secrets.
Is he gonna end up trading the 6/4 after pinging? A poor guy. I guess I tap right. Evil Genius could also kill him. Dread Infernal, Soulfire, Blowgill Sniper. Possibilities are endless. A fitting end to this match. Right.
Gul'dan versus Anduin. The light shall bring victory.
Your soul shall be mine.
Alright, let's keep him coming, Flame Imp. Does chat activity benefit the streamer? Maybe in some weird statistics or something. Probably not.
I greet you.
I guess it benefits me in a way that less people think I will be view botting. Alright. I don't even, like, I usually don't even have my view number up. I find that I stream better without it. But I can have a look. Yeah. Yeah, weekends have been good. It's been fun. This gets Potion of Madness, but me. Against the Priest, I could see tapping over playing a Voidwalker. Could even think about making 2 1/1s. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to make 2 1/1s. I think the deck... We already have a 6-drop in hand, so we probably don't need to tap too much. Be the mad lad. Coin the tentacles. Coining the tentacles. I see. Not quite the play that was expected of me. You'd think about the ritual more if you had Genius in hand. Yeah. I think this is fine though. I don't think we wanna slow down on tempo. I'll Soulfire first, I think. Because if I tap into an Evil Genius, I don't want to lose that. If I tap into a Genius, would I just play that instead? Probably not. It's a good Soulfire. Okay, it's fine. Like, yeah, you don't get to play the Voidwalker, but it's the lowest value card in the hand. It's okay. Take to the streets. It's a pretty good Shadow Repaying, but I think you still play it over this. Yeah, I feel like he makes that trade to get the Lackey most of the time anyway. If you go first and have Genius on hand, but nothing at all, will you keep it? Yeah, just because it's good. It's you'll find a way to play it, and it's good. If he has a Dragonfire, it gets significantly worse for us if we don't make the trade. I'll take it this time around. Cobalt Lackey Dragonfire clears anyway. We still only missed 3 instead of 4, so we still gained 1 point of phase. Not too bad. If he had Dragonfire, he would have played the last turn. Would he? I'm not too convinced. Lots of people like to hold it. I'd be surprised by how greedy people are with their shit. Good stuff, Timo. Keep it up, my man. Keep it up. Next turn is Dig Day. So I think this is the Blast Crystal turn. Imp survives, of course. Imp has seen some shit. It will keep surviving. I feel like I have to make the trade first. It's just so awkward because I don't want to put everything in Nova range. I guess I'm gonna keep creepers, right? Hey, Muffin. Aww. I guess I will keep the second creeper. Because I want to be a little bit more covered versus Nova. Mind Blast. Sorry guys, I have to split my attention a little bit. But you can hear her purr, right? Ooh, luckies. I think I'd rather get the imp out, right? Sometimes she just wants to play, but I think right now she just wants some cuddles. Cool. Yeah, that's not Muffin, not my that's his stomach. That's not his cat, Monka W. Don't think this is worth keeping, right? Especially not without a 3. But this is pretty nice. I feel like I usually don't even have to ask. Ooh. But do you guys want me to point the camera at her for a while? I'm not sure if I can get the angle right because she's lying with her face towards me. Yes? Alright. I'll try to do that without making her move. Alright, chat. A little bit of a weird angle first. Here is Sakiti. I guess I Genius first, because I don't want to buff the health of the creeper anyway. Yeah, he knows what's up. No, no, no! Alright, we can rush the creeper, or we can just discover a spell if that's not necessary. So Fluffy, yeah, she's super fluffy. Makes her look like she's really fat, like when you look at her, but it's all fur. Although she's getting big.
This guy's tough.
So she's 5 kilograms right now, but she's like, you guys can't see this, right? But she's like, woo, super. Like when she stands on her back legs, right, and puts the her paws, right, when she puts her front paws up on like her toys or whatever, like those, whatever you call that, like those climbing things, right? They get to play on. She's giant. I guess I'm gonna rush the 2-2. She's not fat, she's fluffy. Yeah. The thing is, she's not really fat. She's just big. Like, it's a really big breed.
Such a beautiful design. I will be
She's gonna keep getting bigger. Like a mini tiger. Uh, 4-drop in face. I might need to pre-bop the creeper. But then he'll dagger a dude, right? But now he's gonna hit my 1-1. But that's okay. But that's alright. The ordering is off. You'd like to play the imp first, but I kind of think we need to do this. So if I pre-hit this one, right, it goes to 3 health, and then he'll dagger a dude. Doesn't work. Alright. Looks like she's off, guys. Goodbye, kitty! Probably wants to go drink or whatever. Fan of Knives? That's okay, it's turn 4. Oh, you mean pre-hitting for Fan of Knives? Yeah, no, you're right. If we pre-hit Fan of Knives, it's pretty bad. You're totally right. I guess the imp still goes in the middle, huh?
Possibilities.
You could also just make 5 dudes here. But I think a 3-2 and a 4-4 and hold the ritual seems better. Sometimes putting the small damage in the middle is not correct, because you want something else to live. But I think 5-3, seeing as he has 3 damage, makes no sense. 4-4 could make a little bit of sense, but he still needs the dagger and take 4, so it's okay, I think. Okay. Smart. Yeah, I will try to catch up on the World Championship, because I have heard that the games were rather good. I watched a little bit, but kind of have to stream, right? Oh, late flurry. I assumed as much, but yeah. Okay, is this a tap or a Ravencaller first? I think you tap, right? Because I don't think I want to steed. You could also ritual. Just make him have it. Ravencaller ritual or just ritual? Alright, make him have it, sure. Watch the last game of the finals on stream. I don't think you're allowed unless... I think you need to beforehand set that up with Blizzard or something, right? Because there's people re-streaming it, but I think they or you need to like mute the audio or something. Power! Oh, those are not demons, right? Oh, come on. Oh, come on, man. I guess I'll just pick the Shadow Flame for later. Or Spreading Madness, which is obviously amazing on this board. I actually have to sack all my imps and throw the Hawksteed in as well. It's rather sad. A rather sad affair. Tap into Blast Crystal. I think that this is acceptable for now, so I'm gonna do it. They're not imps? Yeah, they're worms. Tentacles. Whatever.
Come, my pretty bird.
And then this gives me the beast, right?
A stranger will offer you aid.
But not bad.
Dance with me.
Yeah, I do have to say that with the deck that you guys draft, some cards might just... Oh, come on, bro. Some cards might just be better. I think the Blast Crystal may, in the end, still be better. But I'm not sure, right? That's the point. We can make that 5, because this is 5. And I love to make them think that we fucked up anyway.
Thank you.
That was a mistake.
All these cocky motherfuckers.
Back to the void.
Fix you right up.
I greet you.
Just Wolf Rider, right?
Sure is now. Pack the applesauce.
He pointed at his own face, and it's discovered or whatever. What is it?
So
He doesn't have a Dragon Egg for Alex, right?
well played.
How about that Raven Caller now?
Oh,
I think in the late game it's better than a 3-3.
Gul'dan! Gul'dan!
Your soul shall be mine.
So I guess you could just say it's an opportunity cost you have there. Imp and Creeper don't have great synergy. So I think I prefer to keep this pair. Might even coin the Haunted Creeper now to eat it.
I greet you. And I.
And I, you. Opportunity cost, you say? I like it. I like it, that ideas. Om nom 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 nom. Om nom 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 nom. And that's how we pop off. I don't like trading everything in, but Tangle for a Mystic makes a lot of sense this turn. And you can't let it 4-4 kill a 3-4. We could use the Rush Lackey, but it feels so forced, right? You go 1/1/1, but then you're using all your flexible cards. And then you can just Hellfire you and it didn't matter. So I think I'm going to keep my flexibility and trade. It's unfortunate, but it's okay. There's a lot of reasons why playing the 3-drop on 3 is better than the 3/1s. One of them is Hellfire, another one is just flexibility of your plays in the future. Having a Rush Lackey in the hand is just good. Okay. There's a decent Messenger. It's also a very decent Voidwalker. I have to make a decision here. I think the 3/4 almost always goes face, because if you Voidwalker, you don't want him to Hellfire you. But if you Swift Messenger, you might trade because of the this guy, right? Crystal Weaver, because they are demons. These guys. I think because Crystal Weaver is a thing, I am gonna Swift Messenger and kill 2 of them. But it's close. But if I would play Voidwalker, I would go face because of Hellfire. Why not the 3-mana 4/4? If it's close, you should hold it because it'll go up to go down to 0. That doesn't mean you should always hold it until it's 0, but if the play is close enough, you will recover the lost tempo from the 1 stat point less later on, and more than double the efficiency, because a 0-mana 4/4, that's infinite tempo basically. Did you miss the chat draft again? Yeah, that's the 3rd one today though. And I try to really wait a little bit, make sure everybody gets in. Seems good enough. Okay. Will there be a 4th? No, usually I do 2 during the week and I try to do 3 in the weekends. But if I start playing more than 3 chat drafts a day, I start to get real sloppy near the end, so that's not so cool, because we still kind of want to do a leaderboard attempt, and I will just play very poorly, so it's not so good. Because these take a while as well. We've been streaming for 8.5 hours now, so if this is a good run, it's going to go upwards to like 9.5, 10 hours. That's usually the point where I start making too many mistakes. Okay, this seems like a good turn for the Rush Lackey. The goal is to keep the things on 4 health. How are we going to do that? This can kill this. This can kill this. We can coil here and rush in here. Okay, good. Well, this can take damage. This needs to stay on 4 for Abyssal. We could rush this in. It's a bit overkill. It's 3 mana, 4 mana. We're gonna coil, so we'll start with that. Evil Genius. I guess I'm gonna Evil Genius then. That's pretty efficient. So the biggest beat is Fellfire, but it'll give us 2 1/1s and we can spread again. Just hope it's not. Maybe I should have kept this for Fellfire refuel. It's good against the Abyssal, but Fellfire is the awkward one. I think you started streaming before I went to sleep. I think that makes, like, that's definitely possible. We've been live for 8.5 hours now, so 8 hours seems like a good amount of sleep. Okay, so no Fellfire, that was great. We might start off by discovering a spell. The goal now is to continue playing around Abyssal and maybe Fellfire. I'll discover the spell first. Defile? Yeah, I'm so happy Defile isn't a thing. I can Demon Fire. Doesn't do much here. Probably take Soul Fire for the face damage. I think I'm just gonna give him 2 cards because it's too annoying. I don't think that's a great turn, but it's good enough, so screw it. How much do I have? 7, so he's dead if he Fel Fires as well. It's probably good enough then. Oh, I have more. Smork. There's less brain power allocated to BM as well, guys. We have to play a bit more conservative. It's a resource. We have to spend it wisely now. Do we want to spend our brain power BMing? And I can hear your answer already, right? It's like, of course, it's worth it. Why make friends when you can make enemies? Hey. Nom, 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 nom. I guess we're discovering a spell. Bane is a little better right now. And it deals 3 damage after we play the Magi. It's probably better than Curse of Weakness. According to Stein, I believe there were less good demons to play, but more good demons to pull. So essentially things with bad effects, but good stats. Exactly? Okay, got it right. Feels okay, man. I could trade into the 1-3, but then he just trades with the 1-1 back. Now he needs to damage his guy and I might hit it with the Bane. If he trades and heals, it's 2 mana wasted and I can still trade. It's okay. Can we trust Stein with numbers though? Need a silence. Can trade and Bane for 3. Kappa Keepo. Kappa Keepo? Keepo Kappa. I might actually just Blast Crystal. It's gonna be a problem if we don't deal with it now. It's gonna heal it forever and kill everything we play. I don't want to do it though. It won't work, we lose the spell power. That's why we put the Kappa and the Keepo there. If we go Prophet and Blast Crystal and trade, he goes back in. Whereas if we Bane trades, it's probably not worth it. I think we should Bane. Yeah, we'll just high roll, right? High enough. 5 mana Senjin, that deals 3 damage. Good enough. Blast Crystal plus 4/4. Yeah, it's a pretty decent turn. But I think that the Bane is good enough that we don't have to shoot our crystal yet. Because the priest will definitely play another thing we can Blast Crystal. He will play those 4/7s that heal us later on. Those are good targets as well. So there's no shortage of good targets later. So I think if we can get by without the crystal, we should probably do it. It also opens up Dread Infernal next turn. Dread Infernal plus a 0 mana 4/4. Haste. We could potentially shoot that as well. How does this turn work? Almost everything involves a 4/4, of course. Dragonfire is a little awkward, but we got the sniper to go back in, so it's not too bad. And we can put the Haunted Creeper down. I guess I'm gonna start by pulling a spell. I do have spell power. Blood Fury Potion's actually really strong here, isn't it? Very nice. I can afford to play the Blowgill as well. Don't Dragonfire me, bro. We can play the Infernal if he Dragonfires. It's just sad, because we can kill him. Okay. Probably no need to Infernal. Can just get the Reporter going. Probably don't want to Potion Vendor for tempo.
Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop.
Although I do have to say that if we play Infernal, we can play Potion plus Reporter on the same turn. So maybe it is correct to play Infernal.
Just a pinch.
Yeah, Infernal is better, I think. I should play a little slower. But we did say we were gonna do sort of autopilot play, right? The problem now is that he can play Dirk, which is not fun. Oh no, he can block him. Okay, it's good. Never mind. So trades, Infernal trades. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So this goes in first. Then you play this. You play these. The poor Haunted Creeper. He gets healed just to get damaged again. Like sacrificed. Tap. I think the Voidwalker is very good here. Because he can coin the Shovel Fist. I wouldn't play it anymore, but he will. Okay. Maybe he has another one. I would have tapped there. Is that wrong? Specifically for that card, tapping is bad. Did they change Reporter? Nope. It's still whenever he draws a card. +1/+1. But it's a tough call, Timo. I think that if he can't play the Shovel Fist, tapping is fine. And he did have to, which is why he played it. GG's.
It is finished. You win.
It's not always correct, but if you're not sure, you can follow that rule.
I am your nightmare.
Okay. That's about the most unambitious keep for this hand, but it works. It's Voidwalker into a ping into coin of 5/6. What you really want is to find Haunted Creeper Evil Genius. That's the real juice, right? So if you want to go more aggressive, we can mulligan this way. Get the Evil Genius. I think that's fine. I think the deck is strong. We should probably not settle for mediocre keeps. So it's based on deck strength that you can switch up the mulligan. Not exactly great, but coin Tangle Fur is okay. And the moment we hit any type of sacrifice, the egg is suddenly really good as well. And even if we don't hit it, we can put this into his Abyssal turn and it's really annoying for him. It's a little early to think about that, but it's cool. Anytime we're weak to Hellfire, we can also put this on the board. So it's really not a bad draw.
Hey, stranger, we're after you aid.
Imagine if Shady would be a Constructed player, he could be in Worlds. The competition is fierce. Like I said, I played Constructed for a couple months, and I made it up to top 10 legend on ladder. But people are good, man. Like, there is not much incentive for most people to be really good at Arena. There's a lot of incentive for people to be really good at Constructed, so... the competition is definitely there. It's very fierce. I think I actually popped the Creeper, which is weird. And I guess I just counter Ravencaller, which is also very weird. So this is where I would play a 3-3, right, chat? So this is where the Ravencaller kind of sucks. But we'll make up for it, I guess. Elven Archer's not bad with the hand.
The future is now.
Sure. 3-4 into the 2-1, 1-2 feast, 1-2 face, don't pop Creeper. It's because they have Evil Genius as well. I like getting rid of the tokens early, Cosmin.
Beautiful design.
It makes it a bit more annoying for him to pop it.
Whee!
Twinsen, thank you for the 23 months. Welcome back. This doesn't work, right? He trades and I don't have 2 damage. I only have 1 damage. So I guess I just play Reporter. Maybe get Shadow Bolted. It's definitely not this guy. It's maybe this guy. It's probably just her.
Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop.
Plop. But yeah, for Constructed, I think I participated in one tournament and I did pretty well. I made top 8 in like an invitational. So I always make the joke that it was basically 31 Constructed players in me. But I was pretty lucky in the tournament as well. And I did prepare, so I knew the matchups, I knew what I should ban, etc. Because at the time, Boar Control and Fino were both on F2K, so I could ask them some questions, and they're obviously brilliant players. How does this turn even work? 4-4 into the 3-5 is pretty clear, but from there... Are we going to use an Elven Archer, or are we going to use a Blowgill? We're probably playing a 3-mana 4-4. Oh right, this makes my hero power Murlocs. Oof, I have to wait with that. I almost forgot. I guess we have to play this then. Did Boar leave F2K? Yeah, they're on... I guess it's not SKTT1 anymore, it's just like T1. I think that's the new name. Or is it this different team? I don't think it's a different team, right? It's like similar logo. Maybe the name is just different. Just T1, yeah. But is that the same team as before? We're talking about League? No, Hearthstone. Or Control and Fino are both on T1 now. Just rebrand? Okay. This is not good, by the way, for anyone that was wondering. It's not a good position. Insightful commentary. Thank you. I try. Tap. I feel like I played a 1-4 to try and open up some options. Maybe he puts 8 damage into it. Maybe not. That is a 2 damage coil though. So we can always Archer coil the 8 and 3 now. That's nice. We probably just want to start with that. We could also kill the 4-7, but then it's no guarantee we're gonna kill the ghoul.
One shot, one.
You had your moment, ghoul. And you spent it going face. And I guess that's pretty good. Giving up tap seems really awkward. We do have a Nixia in our hand, but I don't think we tempo for a 1-3. We can't play her until we've played Onyxia. Sort of the same as Soulfire interaction. I may actually have to bump this in to play around the 4 damage Hellfire. I really want to play it, but I don't know, man. Life Tap is so powerful. Wow. Does he have a Hosen healer? That could explain why he makes that trade. Otherwise, that trade seems weird. Or maybe... No, he hasn't played a Lackey generator yet. He can't have the Evolve Lackey. Yeah, maybe I should have played it, right? It looks pretty good on the board right now. Ah. Giving up the tap is so nasty, though. Then again, with an Onyxia in the hand, we probably should have played it. Looks like he pulled his Evil Genius. Which means he'll probably pull the Evolved guy. Yep. No, he's not pointing it yet. Live getting low for life tap. Yeah, but the game might depend on us pulling an Abyssal. Which means we have to... Oh my god. Please no. Please no. Please. Please, why you do this? Why does everything have Battle Cree? I guess we lose, yeah. The counter, man, it's good. It's good in a Warlock meta. It's very good in a Warlock meta. Muffin. I battle Cree every team. Do we win if we play this? It's hard to say if we win, but we're in a better spot. Awkward, huh? It's like the Ravencaller makes me play worse because it gives me a weird 1-drop. Player error. Not trading the 1/1s, that's weird. Yeah, time for you to full trade the Haunted Creeper, to be honest. Is Mage good in Arena? Not so much. Warlock is the new top dog. He actually full traded my Haunted Creeper, by the way. I think it's time for the Murlocs. But I'll still play Egg over the top rats. But yeah, this thing is really good against Warlocks, for sure. Hit the egg, maybe? No. 2 mana, 1/4 win the game, yeah. Maybe with a top deck Blast Crystal, but other than that, we just lose.
Gul'dan versus Valera.
Watch your back.
Your soul shall be mine.
Rogue quality has gone down a bit, so I'm not sure if it's still the backstab. Tap or Voidwalker. This is turn 3. I think I'll take a tap here. Dretz Pepega? Yeah, I know. It looks interesting. So we can play the Genius and a Lackey or a Voidwalker. We could play Tanglefur. I think those are the acceptable moves. I think I'll Tanglefur for now and invite him to Dagger. Maybe he'll coin for it. I don't love that my remaining mana is either a 1-3 or try to get lucky for a good Lackey. It's funny. Try to get lucky for a Lackey. Just try to get lucky. No, no, no. 2 damage is nice. Evolve one, not yet. We have this in hand. Probably just throw the Voidwalker at him now. Okay. Copy the Lackey. Put a Lackey in your deck. Pog. I'll put another Evil Genius in the deck. Or maybe I won't. Looks like he's got a Jade Shuriken. Really fighting for the board. Crazy. Look at him trying to get board control. I'll do it this way because if he has a fan, there's a decent chance the 3-2 will free kill the 1-2, and then I'm gonna Dread Infernal him. If he trades the 1 in the face in the Creeper, so be it. Then I'll just play the Racketeer instead.
Got something to hide?
Okay. Coin.
Incredible.
The master hungers.
Oh, that is not what he was supposed to do. Okay. So yeah, Infernal is the nuts now. You shouldn't pop the Creeper like that, guys. It's really bad.
We shall end this disturbance.
Oh, yes. Just Wolf Rider and end him. Smork. GG. Why not kill off the Prophet instead? Yeah, you're right. That's better. That's just an autopilot inefficiency I was talking about earlier. If you want to play at a higher level, I can't be playing 9 hours straight. I can keep playing, right? It's just your play keeps getting worse and worse the longer you play without breaks. Like when the launch of the new arena system happened, right, a couple weeks ago, I played for 19 hours out of the first 24 hours. So you can keep playing, it's just that you get worse. So at some point it's no longer worth it. We took 1 extra phase or so. No, 2 extra phase. Not even a full 24. I know, right? What a scrub.
I am your nightmare.
Oh, how does this work? Flame Imp and 1 Haunted Creeper always stay. The Ruby and Egg is so good if you find an Evil Genius, but it's probably better to just throw these guys and increase the chance we find an Evil Genius to begin with, because we already have a good target to eat. But it's close. Hey Ba, I'm doing great. How are you? Ah, Forbidden Ritual instead. Well, Egg is back. This is a little vulnerable to the Hawksteeds, but at least this guy neutralizes the 1/1 really nicely. Let's just Flame Imp right now. Gets Hawksteeded. What happened to your midstream break? Did that end up not working out? It's okay, but first of all, it's a bit more coordination, because it does mean that I play together with Collins and host him, and then he hosts me back, so sometimes it's a bit harder to set that up. And it also affects the viewer numbers adversely, because it's usually better to... Actually punished. It's usually better to keep streaming in one go than play, take a break, play some more. It's fine though, it works out for some people. Not trading there. I love the face, Cosmin. Especially on autopilot, everything goes face. Hellfire? Okay, that's fine. Wow, actually Hellfire. It's better to play the 2/6 now. And next turn, 5 damage.
Neither snow nor rain nor witch. Got something to hide?
Hellfire down. Yeah, 1 Hellfire gone is nice, but unfortunately it probably has the Hellfire on a stick as well. He also has a Jiraxxus on the board. Bottom right? We could try to kill his face instead. Top deck Abyssal. Man, if I had 1 more mana for the egg. Looks like we're gonna lose chat. He has it all, yeah. You have the Shattered Punish, then the Hellfire, the high roll on the Bane, and the Abyssal. It's a bit too much. And the Dread Infernal? No, okay. Shadow Flame? No. Oh, Rush. Alright.
Gadgets and Gazette always gets this.
I could pause this deck at 6 and 2 as well, guys. Because I could keep playing, right? But I don't know if he just high rolled me or whether the trade was just always correct. I feel like he could have gotten the Rush Lackey, but the Rush Lackey I was kind of okay with. You lost because you didn't trade in? Yeah, but is that on average correct or incorrect? That's the question, right? Abyssal top deck. Oh my god. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Abyssal top deck is still good. He doesn't know how the Luckies work. Okay, so first question is tapping here correct? You have 2 cards that are insane, so it probably is correct. Coil is also good. But can you ever get there with just Evil Genius? You can pay Prophet, Evil Genius, that's 6 mana. You can't afford a Hellfire anyway. You can get an Inferno, but I will tap for Abyssal, Dread Infernal, Coil. Might still get something to keep us alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could get Death Lord, We could get what's it called? Dirty Rat. But it's better to go for Death Lord, I think, right? Ah, very nice. So, I don't know. Like, even after the fact, I'm not sure whether it's correct or not. Because it's very easy to say, oh, you should have done that. But you need to do the play that on average is the best. And I'm not sure if on average it's better to trade there. Because if you miss 3 damage to his face in a Warlock mirror, that could be the difference between winning the game later. And it's very easy to spot when going face gets punished. It's much harder to spot when trading gets punished. That is almost always apparent only at the end of the game. Oh, I get the disconnect again. Second time losing with an Ixia in your hand and lacking hard removal. Wait, so Jaraxxus is hard removal or what? I don't understand your comment. Also, Winky Face is like the most toxic emote on Twitch. Followed closely by a smiley face.
Mind if I roll need?
Ooh, that is the nuts. You lacked hard removal to kill Jaraxxus. No, but he's talking about the Onyxia, right? But the alternative to Onyxia would have been the Jaraxxus. And Jaraxxus is just not better than Onyxia. If it's a favorable trait, then I think it's always good. Well, if the game was that easy, then we would all just keep trading and all get 12 wins all the time, right? So it's obviously not as easy as, well, you should always trade, smiley face, right? That's the first lesson you learn. It's not black and white. It's not, this is correct, this is wrong. So Reporter and Trade the Hoarder actually grows the Reporter, which is funny. But if it's Avenge, he can trade. You also have Rushing the Egg, but they both have 2 health. So I think it is Reporter and Kill the Hoarder. We skipped Potion for Onyxia. Well, they're legendaries, right? So they will never be mixed with the commons. Maybe it's Redemption. But that's okay, right? No, it is Avenge. That's fine. But now it's out of True Silver range, which is actually pretty nice. You're wrong. You should always trade. I know how to play Arena. Wisdom. Okay. Oh, that's so close. Oh. That's so close to... Oh, I mean, it's relevant on the board, but if it grew to 7 HP, that would be so good. Oh my god. Can you imagine that here, chat? It grows to 7 health, you just win the game. Alright. Anyways. Soulfire to 4/4 looks really good. I think I might just play the Messenger to clear his board. Sure. And then hope we don't discard the good shit.
Neither snow nor rain nor wind.
Yeah, acceptable. Calculated Pepega. I was just BMing, bro. But it going to 2 HP is actually really relevant. You like the 4/4 and the Lackey? You mean rush this in? If it survived, yeah, but it doesn't survive. Oh my god. He's tilting, boys.
A stranger will offer you aid.
Not bad. He didn't get a tilter. He got a secret. Tiller is not in the rotation, right? Yeah. Because otherwise you could say you got a Tiller. Okay, Kona. Hey, he did have True Silver. So the Reporter and then trade the Hoarder actually was really good. Well, it must have been pretty awkward for him.
How much is this worth to you?
Get him, team. Get him, team. Then you might say, see, isn't Abyssal just bad? But you just have it for when you need it. And I might actually Abyssal here. Let's see what we get. If I Abyssal, I deal 3 plus 2, 5, 6, 7. And then just trade off the... Yeah, I might actually still Abyssal here. You could also rush Lackey, but we'll just save that, right?
So many possibilities.
I'll take that.
So even this is how good Abyssal is, right? I've got like 5 things on the board. He has 1 big taunt, and Abyssal is still the play. That shows you how stupid that card is, right? I literally nuke my entire board and it's still good. Now I have an egg, right? But still, right? That shows you how good this thing is. Because this is about the weirdest situation you can imagine, right? He has 1 big guy and I have a board full of small things and it's still a good play. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. We can trade that kind of nicely, but who wants to trade, right?
Let me show you the arcade.
Steed, yeah, Steed is so good that it's out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's got the Consecration. Or it's an Avenging Wrath. Yeah, it's an Avenging Wrath. No, yeah, it is. Yeah. That's why he trades one of the big guys first. Yeah, Godfrey is insane, of course. But that's Twisting Nether for 7 mana on a 4/4 stick, so... And Ungoro isn't one of them, so that's why Steed is not in the arena. Not afraid of Equality Consecration. First of all, I'm on autopilot, right? So I'm not going to play around that. Second of all, you should very, very rarely play around Equality Consecration. So the way how you should approach it a lot of the time is, yes, specifically Equality Consecration could wreck you, but what if he has a big taunt? What if he has a Shovel Fist? What if he has, you know, anything else but Equality Consecration? You probably wanted a bigger board. So you need to lose a couple of times by holding back to realize that playing around that one in however many games it is you actually get Equality Consecrations, that you're costing yourself games by playing around this combo you rarely see. Also, I'm not sure whether I just keep this Crystal Weaver. This curve sort of fits. It does get Death's Bitten, or however you want to say that. I think you keep it. We don't have that many 1-drops anyway. That's actually not a terrible card for the matchup. Although he might be a fast warrior at 7 wins. We'll see. If he's a slow warrior, his deck is probably going to be amazing. But yeah, that's a specific thing that you learn after playing a lot. You're like, well, I could play around that very unlikely combo, but I might just lose the game because I did it. Is Warrior good in Arena? No, it's not good. It's not unplayable, but it's probably the worst class. And you need to really know what you're doing. And even then it's okay at best. We have 2 demons and this guy buffs demons, so it's really interesting. I don't think we can get around playing a 4-4 here, but maybe next turn we want to play this and tap or something weird. I don't know. Warrior's never been good in Arena. That's just incorrect. Warrior was dominant for months in a row. Super Collider is absolutely insane in Arena. Warpath. The combination of Super Collider Warpath specifically is extremely good. Yeah, the combination of Collider, Warpath makes it very hard to kill a warrior. And then you add Dragon Roar, Omega Assembly, makes it very hard to outvalue a warrior. And as a result, you get a very, very frustrating experience because you can't kill them and you can't outvalue them. So what do you do? Right? It's really annoying. So Spellweaver will buff the Imp and the Voidwalker. The 4-3 can attack first. The question is whether we want to pop the Creeper or not. The buff always happens first, right? Wasn't Vicious the better trait there? Maybe. If you attack it, it will proc twice though. And he might not pre-hit the Voidwalker. Also the Bartender heals regardless. I don't know. Leave me alone. I'm playing. I guess I'm supposed to trade with this, but I don't want to. Well, actually buffing this is actually not fine. Or, it's fine. Alright, so this is 4, so he needs 8 mana to kill it with Warpath. His Rogue's still good. You can go back in the VOD. Did we play a Rogue for the previous run, guys? Or the one before this? I think the previous run, right? Or I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. I think so, right? Yeah. I think it's a lot tougher to play and draft. But you can definitely make it work. It's just tougher. You don't get free wins all the time like it was before. You probably need to go face a lot more as well. I'm willing to bet a lot of people that draft Rogue right now lose a lot of games because they don't go face. Like they trade against the Warlocks and just die. What do you think of Hearth Arena? I think it's a really good tool if you're new to the game. And I think as you develop your style, you start deviating a lot more, and you should. Right? Because otherwise you're never going to learn. But I think it's excellent if you're new at the game. I'm not going to pre-hit because then he hits back. Right now I'm threatening the free kill. We have an Ixia in hand. That's not a good sign. Hey, you shut your mouth, okay? She's gonna carry this game. I don't want to blast Crystal. No! Why? Alright, I guess we tap. Ah! I think I eat the 5-1 then. Screw it. At any price. That's right, my friend. I'm sorry. Give me them lackeys, baby. Alright, so I shoot the guy and I eat the thing. And we make the guy. There we go. Wouldn't you just use 6 mana because of space issues? Even if that's the case, I can't actually kill my guys, so there's no board space. So either way, I can never play the Genius after I play Ritual. It's the same with Magnetic. I think you can't magnetize even... You know, your board is full, but it won't allow you to magnetize. I guess we Blast Crystal that. That's about as unappealing a Blast Crystal targets as, you know, good Blast Crystal targets get.
So many possibilities.
Do I want to evolve something? This is not 6, right? It's 5, yeah. I probably just want to hold these. They're pretty good. If you're not happy to play them, you should probably hold them. We might see a Ravaging Ghoul for him to proc the thing anyway. I'd say it's pretty likely he has like an AoE here anyway. So playing the Lackey makes little sense. Because it makes too much sense that he got 5+1 somewhere. I'll put it like this. If he has it, it's coming out, so I'd rather not throw it away. There we go. Okay. Get him, girl. I watched too much YouTube. I tried skipping the opponent's turn. It's like, yeah. What is he doing? I want to see. Sure. He might actually use his face into a 1/1 because the numbers work that way. Because the 6 whelps can kill the 6/6 after Onyxia kills the 3/8. But we have the Hawk, so it doesn't matter. Onyxia is in dig. Yeah. But she works quite well against the card because it will be a 9/1 and a 1/1 can go back in. Oh. The man mode play. I like it. Full man mode. Oh. So close. Alright, so are we tapping? Are we evolving? Are we doing both? Abyssal just kills him, right? That also kills him, I think, for 8, 10. Yep, okay. Man mode play backfired. GG. Well, he had to try something, right? Having a good time.
Before King Rastakhan, your soul shall be mine.
I'm tempted. What do you think, guys? It's kind of hard to lose a game where you have an Abyssal in your hand. Have you tried losing games with Abyssal in your hand? It's tough. Do you ever go off meta classes? Yeah, all the time. We're just doing leaderboard on this one, so we don't play it here, but whenever I play on my own account, it's always like Shaman or Warrior or something. I need to keep it in balance. We're not gonna play the Flame Imp because Jade Claws is really good then. So we're gonna play this guy. what would you advise for someone who hasn't played Hearthstone for 1 year plus? So check out my YouTube, Novice. I don't do that just because, like, yeah, obviously I'm the best source. But I have 3 meta update reports that talk about how the meta is different now than from the rotation. So if you use !meta, that takes you to my latest one. But it's probably better for you to watch all 3, even though it's a little different now, because the first one was in a setting where Rogue was really strong. We can hog here, but I still want to develop the slower card. What else was I saying? And then obviously, yeah, you can use Hearth Arena to help you out. You can look at the Light Forge. That's the tier list for Adwokta and Merps. Those definitely help. What do you think of Crip? What do you want me to answer? You want, like, I'll tell you what you want me to say, right? You want me to say like, ah, he's no good, right? That's the answer people are always fishing for. Streamers will never give you the answer. Well, maybe not never, but most sensible streamers will never answer that question in the way you want it to be answered, so don't bother asking. We could kill it with the Wolf Rider and get the Flame Imp out, or we could just get the Soldier of Fortune out. I think I'll just get the Soldier of Fortune out. Toast says it all the time. Okay, I mean, maybe that fits his stream better, right? Okay, I'll change it. Don't ask it in my channel, because you will never get the answer you want. Alright. Take it out of... Yeah, clip it! We got it, boys! Clip it! Alright. Can you put the cursor on the 1/1 demon? Yeah, for sure. It gives your... It's essentially like the Zealot, but you might not know that one either, right? The 1/1 that buffs, but this is 2 health instead of +1/+1.
Gadgets and Gazette always gets the scoop.
That's the wrong one. Rubber ducky, man. Rubber ducky. It's an okay hog, because 2 and 1 here makes sense. But Wolf Rider Flame Imp is just cleaner on the mana. Because the ping doesn't do that much. Oh, I mean, I guess you could hog it and ping it. Okay. Sure. I guess he wants the Lightning Storm here, so keeping extra health's not the worst. So what you're saying is, an inside joke. I like it, Snow. Very good, very good. Did not go unnoticed. You prefer keeping the ping? Yeah, I think so too, Stein, but I'm playing a bit lazy here, so just bear with me. Zombie Chow. A zombie chew?
Gadgets and Gazette always gets
Better damage my face then, so I get healing value. I think that I deserve some credit, right, guys? We are playing Twitch chat drafts and we're still averaging over 8. I get that if you guys were playing the decks yourself, it would be 12 on average. But just imagine having other... yeah, the statement isn't going to go anywhere. Okay, this just got personal. I want to beat this guy now. We're going to focus. There's a code of conduct in Arena, and you don't do this, right? This is not acceptable behavior. I think that there's enough lackeys that make it worth for me to trade an ET Imp. Should be better than Wolf Ridering. Oh fuck me, okay.
You like my invention?
God damn it, why can't you come out first? Alright, it's fine. Wow, how unlucky is that though? It's okay, right, if he has to double trade it. But oh my god. Go ahead, go 3-phase. I know you want to. It's not worth the wolf. It's not worth the enforcer here. Because you're not even getting a 6/6. It'll take 3. I really want to try hard for this to beat this guy. You just don't pick MC Tech in Arena. It's just a gentleman's agreement. I think we're supposed to just dump the Grookfu on the board and pass. Because the Death Rattle will still affect his board as well. But I think trading one guy in makes sense. Because then we have 3 and 3 at least in the absolute worst case scenario. Because he might Lightning Storm us or whatever. So it's probably better to pop one in. I guess this is better to evolve later. Not that it matters. We'll see. We also have to pay attention that if we are gonna proc his Death Rattle, that we should attack with the Rush guy first to gain the lifesteal. I wonder if the play was to throw everything in and then coil. Sure, we could have played stuff like Grook and Racketeer. That's pretty all in, right? If you land like an Evil Genius, you're like, I think the tap first is fine. But it's a good consideration, I would say, Antmist. But I think your average draw is probably not gonna justify the coil play. Oh. Oh, okay. Alright, so now it's good, right? So now we can use his Death Rattle against him. So we can still hold on to the Enforcer. Because the Enforcer doesn't really make sense. He already AoEs his own board. Alright, I'll probably just tap now. I don't want to play an Enforcer that doesn't hit anything. I'll just play that. I'll save the Potion Girl. Yeah, right? Because if he plays Walking Fountain, it's 3 HP. So I can just play Enforcer. Man, I would normally not be thinking about all this shit, but I actually want to beat the MC Tech guy. So now he plays the Fountain, or he does this, that's fine. So now he draws the Fountain guy every time, right? Because it's Rush and Lifesteal. He can draw 2 of them off that? Okay. But the Fountain interacts poorly with a 6/6, so it's not too bad. We're probably going to end up Blast Crystalling this turn. If I Wolf Rider the Taunt, I can push 5. But the Lifesteal is going to add up. I think we're probably still supposed to tap. Yeah, maybe I should play a 4/1. He can trade the 3/1 and the 4/1 with his Fountain. That's pretty annoying. That's actually not too bad. So he could Fountain here. But then we can go 5-phase Infernal. Maybe even Potion him back to 3 HP. This might be a really tough game with the Fountains. I would be cute here. Oh, okay. Well, he's not even trying. Sure. We got the 6 damage messenger if he wants to heal up with the second fountain. And then he's 30 HP, but at least both fountains are gone. It's not a bad fountain turn, I would say. Yeah, you're gonna take more damage first. And then heal again. And then he's 30, and then we kill it. And then both his fountains are dealt with. That's good. Oh, that's an amazing draw. So everything going quite well. Okay, so both fountains are down. He might have a third one, but maybe it's not in his hand. How do we know he's a second fountain? He played Ashmore, and he pulled 3. Okay. Gonna need Onyxia at some point. Could be time for... Oof, that's good. It's probably time for the Abyssal to come out. And then the next turn we play Onyxia. So with the knowledge that we play Onyxia, do I even want Haunted Creeper? Because it's just going to clog the board a little bit. Maybe tap is better. If I tap into Evil Genius, I could maybe hit an Evolve on the 1-1, but that's pretty risky. Ooh, that's... Oh my god, that's such a good draw. I think I will still play the Creeper then with that draw. Now I can save the Abyssal. And now there's a chance that I play Abyssal instead of Onyxia. So I will play it. Also, it doesn't cost me a tap. Tap into Dread to keep Abyssal. That is awfully specific, Stein, but I like it. Man, this is a tough match. He's had lots of good stuff so far. I think if I wasn't paying attention, I would already have lost. Do you have enough stuff to kill him? It's gonna be close, but I think we're gonna have just enough stuff to kill him, yeah. I'm just wondering if I kill this 4-6 or not. I think I might just smack him for 6. Because I need the potion girl. The question is... Are we killing that thing or are we smacking him for 6 face? I think 6 face is just better. We gotta hurry up. Because the cute play is to trade and you know, save everything. But I think we try to kill him next turn with the Soul Fire draw.
Don't forget to tip the foreign.
If we win this, I can go back to chilling, right? I think the second fountain he played was bad. It looked cool, right? He gets to heal and stuff, but he should have kept the second fountain. He made it too easy for us to deal with it. Nice, we got him. Okay, nice. That was a lot of stuff though. Alright, let's go back to just curving people. He lost because his MCT hit the worst targets. Yeah, so unlucky. Some guys are just never lucky, man. Loot Hoarder. Coin Loot Hoarder. It's probably going to be the 2-2 lackey thing. But Loot Hoarder would be better. Smite? No, it's not a Smite. It's a Hocksteed. Pain? Wow, okay. Coin Pain on a Flame Imp. Ooh, that's nice. Coin Pain on a Flame Imp. Damn. So nervous? Is this nervous? I don't know if it's nervous. Maybe it is. Do I look a little sweaty, guys?
Stranger will offer you aid. No, no, no! No, no, no! No, no, no!
He keeps warning me not to do it, but sometimes you have to.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I've got a Soldier of Fortune in the deck, so silencing could be okay.
No, no, no!
He doesn't want to go.
No, no, no!
I'm so sorry, man. That's pretty cruel, right? We're a general, and we have to sacrifice one of our soldiers. And after we select the target, he goes, no, no, no! No, no, no! And you have to tell yourself it was for the cause, right? Holy Nova kind of sucks for him, so I will play into it.
Neither snow nor rain nor wind.
Maybe tap instead of ping. Oh, you mean trade with the Voidwalker? I like getting the 2/1 body on the board, so you will see me tap rarely when I'm playing Warlock. I won't tap unless I have to in most cases. Like here I can tap, but maybe I will use all my lackeys and play this guy. So I'll first get the lackey out. We got an Evo. We could pull this out of second Nova range, because that was a bad Nova for him, but it's an okay Nova if he has another one. So I think I will actually evolve this one. Oh, a 1/6. Beautiful. I can silence it to make it even worse. Oh, man. Easy Darkest Tower, right? I'll probably just take this for damage. Okay, chat. If you're okay with it, we could meme with this thing. I'm down to meme. You guys down to meme? Alright, let's meme. As long as we all collectively agree that it's not the correct play, but it's the fun play. And it matters to have fun in Hearthstone. You gotta have fun in Hearthstone, right? No, no, no. It's fine. What could possibly go wrong?
Drink the power.
Where is your sense of adventure? What's a Sea Giant though? With Ritual in hand, you think it's the correct play? Alright, so we can get a 6 mana 1/1. We can get a 5/6. Oh, we're gonna mill ourselves as well. It's beautiful. I think we should maybe kill his guy and then do it. Which would Imp died for this? No trade, all face. Man, you guys drive a hard bargain.
Your soul is mine.
Okay, now we get foul fired because of the emote. I'm sorry, guys. I'm throwing. But you have to hit him with the emote at the end, right? I guess the Hog, it was a good reason to pre-hit the 3/3 with the taunt. Uh-oh, he's hitting the death rattle. No! He can't hit the death rattle. He has to hit the 6/6. Will he figure out that he has to hit the 6/6 instead? He's like, but I don't want him to get spiders. He can't clear. He can't clear, but he can kill both the 6 power dudes. He's figuring it out. The math, it's flashing. What? 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 Oh, maybe he has the power word. No, then he's just straight up dead. He's super dead. Okay. Fellfire kills him? Yeah, Fellfire kills him. We did it, boys.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine. I am your nightmare.
Now the problem is, people are gonna remember this, right? It's like, ah, Shady took Darkest Tower once, and then they're gonna play it on their own game and they're like, man, this card is garbage. I will say that it was good here. Absolutely. It was just, you know, not even decent. It was just straight up good. But how often are you going to get 7 little guys on the board, right? I see you two are a man of culture. Dance with Lee? Coin a coil on a 1/1? For real? Oh, to protect your guy. Okay. That's fair. Little do you know that I was going to nom 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 it. So I'm pretty happy with him coiling that. The Rush Lackey is too good to waste here. You could Soulfire his imp. That's a sad play, but I think it's correct. Like a shitty arcane shot. Because the spell guy is just gonna get free killed. Okay. Sort of acceptable.
Didn't sign up for this.
Rush Lackey's not gonna do anything, so I guess I'll tap. That's the best discard? I think so too. I think the lackeys would be the worst ones. How do we get a coin, chat? We can discover Inferno, right? That's the play. Or even a Hellfire is okay. What the fuck? It's neither of the cards I summoned. I'm gonna pick the Fellfire. And I guess I buff the Piggy. So if he plays the total power guy, trade, Dread Infernal, it's okay, right? It's not worth trading in. Because that's the beat, right? He has the buffer, but then you just Dread Infernal him. So 4 phase seems like a good deal. Feeling cute, might Monka S later. Oh, he's got the genius. Okay. He's got a jumbo imp. Don't worry, chat drafted a Blast Crystal Potion for exactly those types of situations. No, don't trade my guys. Go face, what the fuck. What the fuck? He's trading. Terrible play. Smork. Alright, so if I go face, he will get super paranoid about Abyssal, so he will probably trade a lot. It's funny, right? You can just make him think you have it, just to make him misplay. I'm not going to play Dread Infernal, doesn't seem good enough here. So, as a 10-win player, under normal circumstances, he will always assume I have an Abyssal in the hand now. So he will do his best to play around it. So he's not going to... Basically what I'm saying is he's not going to race us out of nowhere. He's gonna trade my board. And that's how you can use the fear of a card almost equally as good as the card itself. Because I just got a bunch of free face damage in. Because if he realizes I'm bluffing, he will just counter Smork. This is pretty good here. I'm gonna have the same problem again, right? Why not the Ritual? Because he can just play his own Dread Infernal then. And we're screwed. Do you ever get stream sniped? I'm sure it happens. Sometimes it's pretty blatant. But you don't know how often they're watching when, you know, you don't know. So it's hard to tell. Arena isn't as popular as Constructed though, so it's not as big a problem, I suppose. I don't think I can just jam the Ritual. I also don't think we're supposed to just Fellfire. I think I need to maybe do this and eat the 2-drop. Get the lackeys going. Probably gonna eat the Spell Shifter instead then. Although I do have a 6 damage Fellfire available. Maybe it's better to eat the Ooze. Okay. I'll go for the tempo now. Let's see what he does. The annoying play is trade Abyssal now. But we have 6 damage Fellfire, so we can counter it now. Feels like a good time to Fellfire, and then play the Spell Shifter and the Lackey. And then hopefully we can take it from there.
The future is now.
Close? Yeah, it's pretty close. It's a close game. Again! I think the hard removal is better, but I want to at least think about it. If I play the Shifter, I have 2 damage on my board. Plus 6 is 8. If he taps, I can kill him. That seems pretty likely.
Let me show you the arcane.
It's not an unreasonable assumption he taps here. Darkest Hour. I feel like we had to, you know, if we play Darkest Hour now, guys, it's like we have a champion that comes out of retirement just to kind of get wrecked, you know? It's not pretty, right? We don't want to be that guy. That's overstayed his welcome. You would have taken the crystal with dig, dig, dig. Yeah, but I'm gonna top deck the other one, Stein, so it's okay. If I trade Fellfire, I can play Ritual. So the dig doesn't cut it. I could also just Blast Crystal this, but I kind of like the Fellfire damage. I like the tentacles more because of the shovel fist. Because if he shovel fists one, we go report or blast crystal. And probably win the game. It's desperate.
Your patronage is not welcome here.
Nice. GG. We just fell fired him to death. Alright.
Gul'dan versus Rexxar.
A 10-win deck runs a terrible taunt. It's not that bad. Uh-oh. Chat, we have a problem. It's a hunter. I might not even keep this. I might even need a better opener than this. Hunters are nasty. Yeah, I need the nuts, right? I need the evil magic. That's better. It's not the nuts yet, but it's better. You can coil it, but we can coil things later. Spider isn't always gonna be that's nice. Probably need to coil the 3-1 now to not get wrecked. Oh, get wrecked, sir. Chat, your Wolf Rider and your coil are doing magic this game. He's trying to mess with Twitch chat. Ha. Can't beat Twitch chat. He doesn't have a 2-drop in the hand. I'm not sure if I want to give one to him. At least not yet. Tangle for Flame Imp is okay. Prophet, Haunted Creeper is also fine. You can play Mark Shots on the 4/4, but that's a 5-mana shot. He doesn't have a 1-drop either, because he would have played that here. Yeah, I might even not play this all game, because I kind of have a curve. I'm gonna go in like this. No heals in deck? We got the Potion Girl, and we can maybe Evil Genius for a spell like Sack Pact or something. I have the Librarian guy, right? No. All the decks are kind of blending together. Oh. I see what you are trying to do. Huh? I was thinking about pre-hitting it for Hounds, but it's pretty much wasted damage in a lot of cases. He trades? He trades. That's good news. I swear he had a Librarian. I think I got it from a Tangle Firm. Maybe he trades again. Who knows? I'm not going to trade for him because he might make the mistake to keep trading. This is terrible positioning, by the way. Oh my god. Normally I would kill the wolf, but he's already traded once. He might trade again. It's a good trade into the 4-2. Because the 3-4 can free kill. So he might actually throw the wolf in the 4-2 himself. Can you play Diggy again? I think once is fine, right? It keeps a tradition, it's fun, it gets us in the mood, but for anyone that's not interested, having it on repeat might be a bit too much. Oh, he trades again. Oh my god. So good. It's actually so good. So we adjusted our play based on the way we felt he was playing. And if we can buy extra health by letting him trade, it's really good. It's actually really sweet. If we get to evolve Lackey, it's really nice here. So I'm just gonna go and proc one. Not quite. I have enough mana for a Blast Crystal. I'm willing to try. Because that's game winning here. I'll just clean him out now, right? And now he shouldn't be able to win. Because he wasted so much damage. And he's off the board. He can spam Call of the Wildest, so we do want to kill him next turn. Call of the Wild can keep him in it, so gotta be careful. I'm just not sure whether I play it this turn. I think I do, right? So this is gonna be 6 damage with the Leok. That's a bit annoying. But I think with the Voidwalker in the way, let's see. So Voidwalker in the way, this has to kill that. The Huffer kills this, this kills here. He's gonna be on 3 HP. Yeah, I don't think he can avoid lethal with that roll. So this trades here, Huffer trades here, this trades here. This kills the Misha and we have lethal. Yeah, that's good enough. Because the only card I can see swing in the game is Call of the Wild. And if that doesn't save him, we're good.
Minions serve
Oh, GG.
soldiers of the cold dark. Obey the cold. Your race sustains me.
Nice! Hey, we got best of both worlds. We kept playing and we went 12. It's like I said, we'll just win, right? We'll just win. Alright, that was actually nice. We got some really cool games in this one. With the Darkest Tower. The MC Tech guy where we started focusing. That was actually really cool. Good job, chat. Ravencaller carry. Oh, don't push your luck. I don't think it did much this game, right? Or this run. To Goldens. Never picks useless cards. Let's open some packs. So are you saying that the average NA player is luckier than the average EU player, Eric Haldy? Yeah, the 5/5 that deals damage to you is in the pool. That is true. How do you open packs so quickly? Spacebar. I think it's a human thing to play on a different server and then be like, wow, this server is so much easier than the server where I play. Because I feel like EU players, when they go to NA, they're like, oh my god, these guys suck. And then NA players, when they play on EU, they're like, oh my god, these guys suck. But when you're playing on your own server and you meet a potato, you're like, wow, okay, I'll just forget about that. But then you play on the other server and you meet a potato, you're like, oh my god, it's so much easier here, it's crazy. So, I don't know. Why is it bad form to draft MC Tech? Oh, okay, so I mean, it's more than just like, okay, so first of all, if you happen to discover an MCT, does it make you a bad person? Like maybe a little bit, right? But don't be too upset about that. But no, MC Tech was banned specifically because it was so bad for the game. But the way how Blizzard codes things, you can still discover cards that were banned from the game. So when I say that, it's a bit more of a meme, where I say like, oh, it's... Ooh, nice. It's, we can build a Nomi deck on the Twitch chat account. It's more of a joke, where I say it's like, oh my god, we have a gentleman's agreement. You don't discover MC Tech, right? Nice. We acquired quite some packs already. It's actually kind of cool. We can keep track on this account, because this account is 100% free to play. We're just earning gold. We can see how many packs we have. Then again, is it like the true free to play experience? If an Infinite Arena player plays on your account, maybe, right? It's not exactly an accurate representation of free to play. But I guess it's a cool experiment to see that if you practiced a lot of Arena, right? It's what you could be doing without investing anything. What's the average for the Twitch chat account? I can put it on stream, actually.